Were you fans of Formula One to begin with?
I was when I was a kid. I grew up near the Nürburgring, so I always knew who Niki Lauda was. He's a legend. He's a hero in Germany. My generation was Michael Schumacher though, and then when he started winning every season, I got a bit bored. Was more into soccer and tennis, and then I got the interest in Formula One again after seeing the documentary about Senna, which is a brilliant film.
What about you?
I didn't know much about Formula One at all. It was all very new to me, and you know, certainly once I dived into the film and was researching, I kind of you know, the far greater appreciation and love for the sport, you know. But it was all predominantly the 70s, you know, and that era and the thrill and excitement of that period.
I know nothing about F1. We should just throw that out there. Nothing.
So you weren't a fan to begin with?
No.
It was the film?
Yeah, it was the film that I was a fan of, the story. You don't have to know anything about racing to love the film. That's what's so great. And I think that's a testament to the great script and director.
I was interested to find out how the women of these racing drivers, how they are dealing with worries, with fears, how they are managing to support their partners. I always imagined that they must be quite strong women who have the capacity of not putting themselves always first, but their husbands. So that was interesting on the one side, and then on the other side, of course, I was thrilled about the possibility of working with Ron Howard.
You've both done a lot of biographical films. What makes a good biopic?
I think you have to have a take. You know, with every story, whether it's a biopic or a western or an adventure or a romantic comedy, you have to have something that is a unique angle and a unique perspective. Why make people leave their homes, go through the rain to pay a lot of money to go to the cinema? It's an expensive business. And they need to feel that it's worth their while.
The first movie based on real events that I was ever involved in was Apollo 13. And in fact, I used to avoid these stories because I was afraid they would be so limiting. And I really learned something about audiences, that they actually were curious about how things happened. Not just what happened, but how and why they happened. So it's a little bit more journalistic, but when you drill down on that, it almost raises the IQ of the audience and their expectations in an interesting way that challenges the filmmaker as well. I found that I actually enjoyed it.
Daniel, you talked to Niki during the preparation for the film, isn't that right?
Yeah.
How did that influence your work?
Well, it made life so much easier, you know, because first of all, you feel a tremendous weight on your shoulder and responsibility if you play a famous living person. And then I was just hoped that we would get along with each other well and have a good relationship, and that's what fortunately happened. And he's very straightforward and undiplomatic, as you can see in the movie, so I was very pleased that he liked the idea of me playing him.
And Chris, you're mainly known for your role as Thor, but this is something really different. Was that something you thought about when you were auditioning for the role?
Yeah, well, certainly I was in the middle of shooting Avengers at the time and was looking for something like this, you know, character-based and, you know, more of a intimate sort of drama as opposed to it being a visual spectacle. And this kind of coupled a bunch of things that would have that, you know, tick the box of a character drama, but it was set with this thrilling, you know, in the backdrop.
What are you talking about?
Talking about the race in Spain that I won.
Yeah, in a car, which is not legal.
5/8, 7 inches too wide. You know that doesn't have the slightest effect on speed. But you complained and your team have always leaned on the authorities. Now we've had to rebuild the car and it's become a monster.
At least it's a legal monster.
So you've had to resort to cheating.
You're driving an illegal car and call me the cheat? It's pathetic. Rules are rules.
Yes, and rats are rats. Thank you, thank you.
Did you get to drive real Formula One cars?
Formula 3.
Formula 3?
Yeah, replicas.
But still, you know, it was fast enough for us.
It's great, yeah, a lot of fun. And we had a few weeks of rehearsals and training, and then through the film kind of ended up doing a little more than we anticipated. And you know, it was the nature of the shoot was pretty fast-paced, and you sort of grab what you could when you could, and you know, they'd be like, quick, jump in the car and mount cameras all over the chassis, and off we'd go, and it was cool.
Was it frightening being in that fast car?
Probably more frightening for everyone around us than it was for us. And when we had fun.
What do you prefer, Ferrari or McLaren?
Oh God. If I picked, it would just be a random choice. So let's just say McLaren, because I feel like it's probably the less popular choice. Is it? I don't know.
I wouldn't be able to drive either one. I don't know. So if you give me either one, I'm hopeless.
Ferrari, of course, as the wife of Niki Lauda.
McLaren, yeah.
Stupid question.
Stupid
Ferrari.
question.